couple of years ago, I was helping a frat brother of mine's move, and we was going through his closet or whatever the case may be, and I seen a couple of books. You know, I took interest in one in particular, and it was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And, you know, of course he gave it to me, you know what I'm saying, didn't really trip off of it. But, you know, the advice he gave me with it was like, the best thing a man can do for another man is give him a learning tool. And, you know, to this day, I thank him for that. You know, his name is Kevin Williams. Shout out to him. And, yeah, so I was reading this book, and it was basically, you know, like giving me encouragement on the daily. You know, I wake up, I read it, I was staying consistent with it, and it was kind of like helping me, you know, guide me through my life, you know, whatever I was facing at the time, whatever I was trying to accomplish at the time. So that really would inspire me to think like, okay, man, I could do something like this too. You know what I'm saying? He did it, why I can't do it? And I always had a little knack for writing, though. Like, you know, I would write little things and post them on my social media and stuff like that. And, you know, people would tap in with me and be like, man, you should write a book. Like, the stuff you be saying, it really be touching me. So, like, to be able to touch people that you don't know and they really genuinely, like, feel what you're saying, you know, that took a toll on me as well. So, you know, of course, I was, you know, traveling around the world playing football. And I was seeing different things, you know, experiencing a different side of life, you know, different culture, different people, things of that nature. So when I would go places, you know, I would kind of like sit back and observe like what's going on, you know, the tone of the people, you know, they walk of life, how they operate, how they mix and mingle. And it just kind of like was sparked my interest, you know what I mean? So I made it a personal thing to write something on a daily. Like, I don't care what it is, what it was about, just to make sure I write. So I took my time with the project, you know what I'm saying? At first, it sparked off, I was in Serbia, and I took my time with it. I didn't want to rush it. You know, at first I was like, well, I'm gonna do a year, I'm gonna do 2 years, but it was just like, you can't rush a masterpiece, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things take time. Like people today, they want that overnight success, and sometimes that don't work out for the best. So, you know, I felt like, you know, it's be patient, and I wanted to experience more things so I can have more to say to people. You know, I don't want to go through one thing and feel like I know it all, or like this one experience is going to help people that have been through 50 or 100 different experiences. So, you know, timing was everything, man. I really believe in that. So, like I said, it started off in Serbia, and it just kind of carried over. After Serbia, I went to Germany, and then that's when it kind of really took hold. Like, okay, yeah, this book thing is what I'm really going to do. So I had the project in mind for about 2-3 years, and it was just ongoing. Yeah, I could have rushed it, but I felt like that wouldn't have been my best work. So I took my time with it, and yeah, that's what sparked it, man. Just traveling around the world, you know, reading that book, you know, expanding my knowledge, you know what I'm saying, and talking to different people, you know, digesting the right things, you know, because who we talk to, the people we mingle with and all that kind of stuff, it takes a toll on us. So I feel like a mixture of all those things is what really inspired the project. Yeah, it's definitely a special meaning behind the title. I chose Mindset is Everything because I truly believe that mindset is everything. Whatever you set your mind to do, you can do it, you know what I'm saying? But you have to believe it before you can achieve it. And I wrote down maybe 100 different titles, but I really buckled in and settled for that one because at the end of the day, like the things that we think, you know what I'm saying, how we process situations, encounters, you know, how we make the bad decisions, good decisions, you know, our daily, you know, when we wake up, how we feeling, our mood, is we gonna do the right thing today or we gonna do the wrong thing? We gonna engage in negativity or we gonna push something positive? You know, a lot of times people stop their success and block their blessing because they mental is not where it need to be. They already think negative. Oh, that's not for me, or this person gonna do me wrong, or, you know, so it's like, once you fix that, that's half the battle. You know, I really truly believe life is, you know, 90% mental and 10% physical. Because whatever you go through, if your mind is tougher than your situation, you're going to be all right. You know, so that's why I really chose Mindset is Everything, because I done been through some things that really tested my mental, really had me thinking like, man, you know, is this for me? You know what I'm saying? How I'm going to make it out this? You know, and things of that nature. So I know other people have been through it too. So to label what Mindset is Everything, I feel like the title itself is going to grab people, because it's like, he ain't lying. You know, a lot of people know that their mental is weak. You know what I'm saying? And that's something they need to strengthen. So with that in mind, once you tackle that beast, everything else will fall into place. So if you're going through something, or you have a certain outlook on life, if you change that into a positive light, everything else gonna be all right. You feel me? So yeah, that's definitely why I chose Mindset is Everything, because that's something I deeply do believe in. Nah, not at all. Man, I'm trying to reach any and everybody, no matter where you from the Bay Area to Canada to Amsterdam. I'm trying to reach as many people as possible. I really just want to touch people that, have a willing desire to do better, a willing desire to read, to see life from a different angle, to step outside of their box and really, get themselves a chance to really succeed and win in life. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people that's doing great things, but they could be doing better if they was to start thinking on a certain level, or starting to think in a different way. So I'm not, singling out nobody. I try to give it to them raw and uncut. You know what I mean? I didn't sugarcoat it to try to make it sound good to satisfy one group of people or two groups of people. I want it for everybody. You could be white, black, or purple. It really don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got eyes and you can read, this something for you. So that I never went in mind with that, because like I said, it was a mixture of different cultures and different people that inspired me to write this book. So it'd be selfish for me to be like, okay, I'm only doing this for for my people in the inner city. I'm only doing this for my people in college, or things of that nature. I'm like, nah, this for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when something is good and it's pure and it's authentic, you don't want to rob nobody of that, because you want to see everybody with that gem. You know what I mean? So they can get a chance to shine. So this for everybody. Man, adversity. I truly believe, there's a test before the testimony. So what really helped me bring this book to a close last year, I was playing arena ball in Texas for the Amarillo Venom, and I tore my labrum, which caused me to miss the whole season. I played 2 games, but I missed the remainder of the season. And at that point in time, like, I couldn't even pick up a pen. I couldn't pick up a pencil. I couldn't do nothing. Like, I was totally weak in my right arm. And I was, I came to a point, like, football is something I really love. Like, I've been chasing it, putting in the hours of time, meeting the right people, all that type of things. And then to get to that stage and then something like that happen, it took a toll on me. But at the same time, I didn't let it beat me, And like I said, I couldn't really use my right arm at all. Like, couldn't pick up a pen. I couldn't even eat with my right arm. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't my first time tearing it. It was my second time. So to go through that process again was kind of like damn. You know what I'm saying? We back to square one. And not only that, I went through that like alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, far as like, you know what I'm saying? I'm from California, so I'm in Texas. Solo. You know what I mean? And I feel like it was people that would have been there for me, but that was something that I wanted to go through on my own, because you don't know how strong you are until being strong is that's the only thing you can do. You know what I mean? So at that point in time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this situation, my downfall, you know what I'm saying, to turn this and make it a positive light. So what I was doing was, I was going into the student center. Well, it's not a student center, but I was going into the computer lab, you know what I'm saying, on a daily, because I couldn't do anything else. And I was putting my book together, you know what I'm saying, like sitting there doing research, seeing who I should talk to about how to really go about it. Because at the end of the day, like, I don't personally know anybody that wrote a book. And that's another thing that inspired this too. I don't know anybody that did it. So to be able to say I did it, that's what I was chasing the whole time. I had that in the back of my mind. So knowing that I wasn't, potentially might not be able to play football again, but for sure wasn't playing for that season, it was like, man, what I'm gonna do? So I took that time, my downtime, physical therapy, whatever you have you, but I was in that computer lab putting this book together, you know what I'm saying? So I took a negative situation and put a spin on it and made it a positive light. So that was definitely a troubling time. You know, it definitely was. But at the same time, it taught me a lot about myself. It gave me a lot of self-awareness, a lot of self-accountability. Like, I was holding myself to a higher standard. I wasn't letting my situation dictate my future. You know what I'm saying? The present was bad, but the future, you know what I'm saying, was looking bright. So at the same time, that's definitely probably, one of those big breaking moments where I had to definitely overcome some adversity and jump over the mountains, man, them hurdles and obstacles, man, because I'm telling you, it comes a point in time in life where you really start to question, like, what I'm going to do. And that was one of them times. But, I felt like I made the right decision by putting this book together. Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm human. So, of course, I done came across some times that made me want to just throw in the towel, but what that's going to do, you know what I'm saying? If I quit now, I'm going to quit forever. You know what I mean? And it's like, you can't get to certain levels in life by quitting, So the thing I feel like that motivate me the most is knowing I can do it and knowing I have the ability, the mindset to do it. There's no reason for me to look for an excuse and not get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put this book together. There's other things I done did as far as, like, graduating with honors, you know what I'm saying, joining the fraternity, playing ball overseas, like, really having a positive impact on the community, like meeting great people, like, you know what I'm saying, along this life. So, yeah, it's been times where I thought about giving up because, life will punch you in the mouth, but you got to take it on the chin in order to win. You know what I mean? You got to keep moving. You know what I'm saying? So, and like the fact that, you know what I'm saying, I don't have no kids yet, so I got to make sure when that time do, if I'm blessed with the opportunity, that I got a foundation laid out, you know what I'm saying? They don't have to follow my footsteps, but they gonna have a foundation to build on, you know what I'm saying? Like, this book is gonna be, that's my baby right now, but I'm gonna be able to pass it on to my youngest, because it's like, yeah, he did that, you know what I'm saying? I want to be able to give them something that nobody else can give them, because it'll be straight from me, you know what I mean? So when I think about, like, not giving up, you know what I mean? It just be stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm trying to own businesses, and, I'm really trying to build something, to really have something, I don't want to just go through life and just have fun. And that's cool, you know what I'm saying? You got to celebrate, but at the end of the day, I'm really trying to have some stuff in life, man. And it's going to happen because I speak this stuff into existence. So, I done seen too many people have it and lose it. I done seen people never have it. I done seen people that got it and still got it now. So I just, you know what I'm saying, watch the world around me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like every day you a student. You don't have to be in class, but you're a student of life, because it's stuff that goes on around you. It's either going to promote you to do the right, do better, or you're going to be comfortable with, you know what I'm saying, your regular situation. So with that in mind, and the tools I feel like I've acquired over life, and the knowledge and things that people instilled in me, it'll be selfish to quit. You know what I'm saying? Because I got too many people rooting for me that I do know and that I don't even know. You know what I mean? So it'll be a personal letdown, but I'm not trying to let nobody else down. Because when a person believes in you, I mean, that's like money for real. Some of the best advice I can give to people is, no matter how bad life get, no matter how bad the situation may seem, like, never give up. You know what I'm saying? Where there's a will, there's a way. And you definitely can overcome your situation, but it's all about your mindset. That's what I'm saying. Mindset is everything. If you believe the storm will end, eventually it will. But if you believe it's going to keep raining forever and ever, you bring in them negative thoughts and you stirring up that negative pot, so you would never, ever get what you truly want to get. You know what I'm saying? And You know, you got to hang with the right people. I feel like the conversations that you exchange, you know, the things that you digest, it takes a toll on you. So if you're talking about millions and billions all the time, eventually you're going to stumble up on millions and billions. You know what I mean? But if you're talking about who, what, where, and why, when, why they doing that, why they shouldn't be doing that, you ain't really going to have nothing. You know what I'm saying? That gossip talk don't really add up to much. You know what I mean? So the best thing, you know, like I say, man, never give up. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay down for something, you know, in life, because in order to come up, you got to put the work in, you know, and be patient, you know what I'm saying? Give yourself time to grow and evolve, you know. The rose grew through the concrete, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, where you start is not necessarily where you're going to finish, you know. So give yourself a chance, you know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. A lot of people hold themselves back before even taking on an opportunity. Oh, I ain't going to be able to do that. I can't do that. Well, such and such said I ain't good enough. All right, man, it don't matter. It's all about what you think. You know what I mean? If you got a plan and you understand what it takes to make this plan come true, make your dreams come true, and to really have something and accomplish something in life, then, you know, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? But the first things first, you got to believe in yourself. Once you believe in yourself, everything else will fall in line, you know, because, you know, self-doubt, you know what I mean? That's equivalent to self-hate, you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't feel confident in yourself, nobody else will. If you feel timid and you insecure about certain things, everybody else is going to point out your timidness and your insecurities. You know what I mean? So stand firm on what you believe in. You know, if you have certain values and you have certain expectations of yourself and other people, hold them accountable for their actions and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Don't let yourself slip up and get comfortable with your current situation. Whether you on top or you on bottom, we all can improve. We all got room for growth. We all got room for improvement, you know. And at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, just love life. You know what I'm saying? To love the people that love you. That's the most important thing, because, you know, a lot of times we focus on what we don't have instead of appreciating what we do have. You know what I mean? So, yeah, spread love, man. You know, that's the best thing to do. And at the end of the day, you know, however you symbolize success, whether it's material things, whether it's money, whether it's, you know, businesses or whatever you have, you go hard for that. You know what I'm saying? And don't let nobody knock you off your track. That's the worst thing you could do, is to believe in something and stop believing in it because somebody that you associate with don't believe in it. You know, they say they're not gonna believe in the plan until they see the grants. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they might not be there for the start, but let it come together. They're gonna be there for the finish. You know what I mean? So the best thing I can give you, you know what I'm saying, is to go hard for what you want to go hard for. You know, you got your eyes on the prize. You know what I mean? Continue to chase it. You know what I mean? For sure.